Hey, what's up, DFS fans? Ryan Kostrowski here. This is the DFS 5-pack. Hopefully, everybody's having a lovely start to their Monday. This is the 25th of January. We got ourselves a big NBA slate tonight. We're going to fly through this one solo. Had a couple of technical difficulties that delayed the start of production today, and then Matt had to get to an appointment. So we're going to ride through this bad boy solo, and let's get after that money tonight, guys. All right. Well, today's show is brought to you by our good friends over at Drafters. And I got a couple of things I want to bring up about them. And I would encourage people who haven't tried playing on Drafters yet to give it a little bit of a look-see. So it's live snake drafts all day long. And I think one of the things that I want to get across to the public right now is with 8 million shows like this one, it could be tough to win money on DraftKings or FanDuel because you got a million different sharks out there playing, putting a lot of their money into it. You got a million different people giving them advice. What you don't get is a lot of good advice for these daily snake drafts. I find drafters to be much easier money than playing on DraftKings or FanDuel. I don't think a lot of people really get the strategies around it. Yesterday, I did a bunch of football drafts. I got Travis Kelce everywhere. And what I mean by that is like people weren't jumping into the fact that like getting the number one guy to position can mean a ton. And there's a lot of good money, wide receivers and quarterbacks. People drafting quarterbacks early, even though Mahomes, Josh Allen, Rodgers, and Brady were all really, really good plays yesterday. So I think it could be easy money. I love the late auto swap that they do automatically for you if you're too busy. And if you're interested, guys, join the Facebook group below to the Drafters one, and we'll get you up and running, and we can draft against each other all day long. So the name of the website is Drafters. It's a good time. I encourage everybody to give it a look-see. As far as what the 5-pack promotions on the day are, like every Monday, we call it Monthly Monday. If you buy a monthly membership today through the website below, you get half of your first month reimbursed for you. You get it by the end of the day, Monthly Monday. Also, tomorrow's a small one, so I don't want to promote the members-only video on a smaller slate like this, but we got a big one on Wednesday. If we can get 350 likes on a combination of today and tomorrow's videos, we will do members only free to the public on Wednesday. All you got to do is click the thumbs up button today and tomorrow, or one or the other, or whatever it is. If we can get to 350, we'll drop that free to the public on Wednesday. So day passes are up to the website. Subscribe to the station if you are new to it. Get today's write-up with a day pass or a monthly membership. I'm going to cover everything today, but it's going to stick under our normal format. Give me a second here to grab a sip of water, and let's run into it. All right, guys. So today for cash lineups, I think we got some good plays, but one of the guys I will be locking into my cash games, at least as things stand right now, Isaiah Roby of the Oklahoma City Thunder. I enjoy his price tag of $4,600. I know we've all been locking him a lot lately. I don't think today is any different. As long as Al Horford remains out, I know he's listed as questionable on DK, but I'm very confident he's not playing, but not 100% confident. So continue to check that one throughout the day as you guys always do. So without Horford, he's gone for 24 plus in all but one game. His game log reads anywhere from 18 to 33 DraftKings points. With a price tag of $4,600 and the availability at the power forward position, I like him a lot again today. Without Jusuf Nurkic, the Portland Trailblazers are going to have issues defending guys with some size, particularly within the post, whether it's Enes Kanter, Harry Giles, or if they're playing a small lineup. All of these things will allow for interior players to have a good spot, whether it's rebounding, easy putbacks and things like that. I like Isaiah Roby. Again, Al Horford is not officially ruled out today, but until I have reason to believe he's playing, I'm just going to assume he continues to be out. I think he's a solid filler piece right now at this price tag and a good matchup. He's also playing with confidence. Had a tremendous start to the game yesterday. I look for that again tonight. All right, next up, a guy with a little bit more household familiarity is going to be Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors. This is Matt's favorite GPP play. I like him in cash games, though, here, too. So we've seen his price tag get up to the low 10s this season, and now it's plummeted down to the low 9s for a variety of reasons. One, a lot of good basketball teams have been running the box and one defense on Minnesota or on the Golden State Warriors, which has allowed Curry to defer more to the Oubres, Wiggins, Draymond Greens, Wisemans of the world. I don't have a lot of confidence in Minnesota to deploy the box and one, and even if they do, I don't think they're going to be able to do it with any kind of great efficiency because they're Minnesota and they're just not very good at the game of basketball. For me, this is one of the better spots Curry has been in recent memory. You also got Minnesota riding in off of a victory, so maybe they actually play with a little bit more confidence tonight and play better, which I actually like for Steph Curry. I would like Minnesota to be playing better offensively, so this game turns into a little bit more of a competitive shootout. Unlike a lot of guys, Curry didn't play yesterday, which can be a good thing. I think the price tag is very, very fair today at 9,200. I think this is a spot where he's in play for all formats on the DraftKings website, and I like him in essentially wherever you want to go in this one. He has not been as reliable lately because of the defense that people are deploying against him. And without Klay Thompson around and not having that elite catch and shoot guy, it's been a little different way to defend Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. But tonight it's Minnesota. They don't do much well, so they're not a team that I really worry about getting after him from a defensive perspective. Next up, our mutual favorite play of the day is going to be DeJounte Murray of the San Antonio Spurs, 6,500 going up against the New Orleans Pelicans tonight. So I hate to give kind of like the basic rookie breakdown. Oh, if he's just too cheap. But, guys, he's just too cheap. He had a 1-minute game the other day where he had to leave after a minute, and it really does seem to be affecting his price tag. But this is somebody who we've seen closer up to 8K in recent memory. He's only 6,500. I don't love that he played yesterday, but it was a relatively stressless game against the Wizards. He came back in with a few minutes left to go, got his triple-double, and then left the game again. He has 6X or better in 5 straight with only that one. You'd count that game where he only played 1 minute. So it seems to be as affecting his price tag. He's too cheap for me. It's a great spot for him against the New Orleans team that started the year playing really good defense, but that has kind of gone away. Their defense efficiency has not been nearly as good lately. They're giving up decent minutes. They just lost to Minnesota. I like DeJounte Murray in this spot all over again. I think he's a really, really good value in the mid-tier here today, whether that's GPP, cash games. I don't care. I just think he's a good play top to bottom. Next up, so we're going to move over into the long shots, and my long shot of the day is a guy that I briefly mentioned earlier in the game, and that is Harry Giles of the Portland Trailblazers. So we now have 3 games without Joseph Nurkic being in play for the Portland Trailblazers. And this is what we see. Enes Kanter crushed it game 1, played 29 minutes. Played 27 minutes game 2, played 24 minutes in the third game. Meanwhile, in the first game, Giles played 11. In the next game, he played 15. And in the third game, he played 19. So as we've seen throughout the majority of Enes Kanter's career, coaches start to get sick of him because he gets good putbacks, he scores points, and he's a good DFS player, but he cannot stretch the floor and he cannot protect the rim. So Harry Giles has seen his minutes increase. Now, you don't need to be a statistics expert to notice this one, but I don't know how much of the DFS public has noticed it yet. Also, with a bunch of good plays at center per usual, I have to assume Harry Giles' ownership will be very, very low. Harry Giles, also not a great NBA player, but when given the opportunity, he's capable of good DFS points in a game that does have some DFS potential. So I think he should be very, very low owned tonight. And while I wouldn't play him in a cash game, I do like him in the idea of playing him a GPP. And if I run three GPPs tonight, I will probably give him 1 appearance, unless Joel Embiid is out and the center position becomes very, very difficult to, not run with Dwight Howard. Okay. Matt's long shot from the day is the same team, and it's kind of the same idea. We've had a few games now without CJ and a few games without Nurkic, and the Portland Trailblazers are still really trying to decide what they want to do with their rotation, and they're probably going to ride the hot hand a few days. So they got a couple of guards / small forwards taking the role of CJ McCollum. And we're talking about Anthony Simons today. You can also see Rodney Hood, who's been starting, and Gary Trent, who's probably due for a big game here one of these nights. Simons was the guy last night who has seen his minutes increase in all 3 games. He's still very, very affordable at 3,400. Most importantly, you don't need to use a point guard spot with him. You can run him at the shooting guard, which is always a desirable place to pay down. Is he a lock tonight? No, he's not. It could be Gary Trent. It could be Rodney Hood. We've seen a little bit of all 3 guys. You don't know which one of these 3-point gunners is going to have the good night tonight, which is why Anthony Simons is listed under the long shots for the day. I think he's definitely viable because of his price tag. I like the position. Again, neither of these dudes from the Blazers is a guarantee today, but we're also certainly not afraid of the Oklahoma City Thunder. So look for Simons to be a worthwhile risk at a very, very low price tag tonight. That's what we got for today, guys. Hit up that DraftKings or that drafters group. If you would like to draft against me, get in that group and let's talk about it. Friend request me on the website. Let's get after it, guys. Thank you and good luck today.